Hi and welcome to Your World. I'm Dia Fadila and let's begin our first segment of Your World. Before we take you through a variety of stories, in our first segment, let us begin with a topic covering on the education, interreligious, ethnic inclusion. That and another story from Brussels. Let's take a look.
Marking the International Day of Living Together in Peace, ambassadors from Timor-Leste and Sierra Leone discussed their country's recent experiences on Tuesday. Jesuino de Oliveira Alves of Timor-Leste says, as a new nation, the founding fathers of Timor-Leste were aware that they could not build a state without making peace between themselves and their neighbors. Reconciliations were vital in preventing recurrent conflict and for building peaceful and prosperous society with the participation of all levels of society. Amara Sheikh Mohammed Sowa of Sierra Leone says Sierra Leone provides a unique example of multi-ethnic, multi-religious society that exists in peace and harmony. Mohammed Sowa also states how Christians and Muslims also coexist peacefully within the country with Christians and Islamic festivities observed and celebrated by all asunder. The UN General Assembly, through Resolution 72-130, declared May 16 as the International Day of Living Together in Peace, as a means of regularly mobilizing the efforts of international community to promote peace, tolerance, inclusion, understanding, and solidarity. The day aims to uphold the desire to live and act together, united in differences and diversity, in order to build a sustainable world of peace, solidarity, and harmony.
According to a new report by UN Environment Programme, plastic pollution could be reduced by 80% by 2040 if countries and companies make deep policy and market shifts using existing technologies. Briefing journalists in New York, the spokesperson for the Secretary General, Stefan Dujarric, says that the people in Nairobi at the UN Environment Programme say that plastic pollution could be reduced by 80% and result in savings of over 300 billion US dollars per year. Countries and companies make deep policy and market shifts using existing technologies. The report recommends first eliminating unnecessary plastics to reduce the size of the problem, and then implementing the reuse, recycle, and reorientation and diversification of plastic products. Jarrett added, the report also suggests ways to deal with the remaining plastic pollution legacy. The report recommends that a global fiscal framework would be part of international policies to enable recycled materials to compete on a level playing field with virgin materials, create an economy of scale for solutions, and establish monitoring systems and financing mechanisms. In the middle of the sea, there are only two seasons, rainy and sunny. But despite the harshness of the weather, the green color is increasingly expanding and covering the submerged and floating islands of Trong Sa archipelago. It is the effort of the People's Army who have been cultivating and taking care of trees and vegetable gardens on the islands for many years. To preserve that tradition, the movement Greening Trong Sa was launched and attracted the attention and support of people nationwide and the Vietnamese community abroad. An Tao and Datai Bay sunken islands are located on a coral reef. The weather is harsh all year round and there is no land to plant trees. The colorful balconies of flowers and trees have brought a green space in the middle of the ocean. The special thing is that they are all grown in small pots of soil, forming a green shield for life, activities and training of the army and people on the island.
COVID-19 infections in Thailand has been rising steadily since Songkran in mid-April to an average of 336 cases a day, an increase of 39% over last weekend, according to Dr. Taris Kasanairawu, the Director General of the Disease Control Department. The number of lung infections and patients requiring ventilators this week has increased by about 45% compared to last weekend, whereas death toll is twice that of last week. About 55% of the deaths involved people who were unvaccinated or who had low immunity to COVID-19. He recommended that people who had their last dose of vaccine or were last infected more than 6 months ago receive an additional vaccine dose and get vaccinated against influenza simultaneously to reduce the risk of severe symptoms from infection by either of the viruses. He also suggested that people who had developed respiratory conditions immediately take a rapid antigen test, avoid close contact with the elderly, weakened or immunocompromised, wear face masks and monitor their conditions closely, adding that they should see a doctor if symptoms worsen.
Consist of stories from TVRI, where TVRI is ready to hold the 18th Asia Media Summit in Bali. Other than that, let's travel to Thailand, where the COVID-19 infections and deaths rise steadily. Here are the stories.
The Asia Pacific Institute for Broadcasting Development, in collaboration with TVRI, is ready to hold the 18th Asia Media Summit 2023 in Bali next Sunday. This year, the summit, which focuses on enhancing economic sustainability, will run from 21st to 25th of May. TVRI President Iman Brotoseno said over 500 participants from various countries will join the event this year. He added, as of early May, around 300 people have confirmed to attend the annual summit. Iman also said Bali remains a key factor to attract delegates to come to the 2023 event. Iman added policymakers, media professionals and scholars, as well as new programmers and related stakeholders will take part at the upcoming Asia Media Summit. He said participants are coming from Asia Pacific, Africa, Europe, Middle East, and North America. Almost all regional and international broadcasting unions and associations support the summit. The event is an opportunity for media people in the Asian region to share their thoughts on broadcasting and information, which always evolves. Meanwhile, Indonesia's Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy, Sandiaga Uno, has expressed his support for the 18th Asia Media Summit in Bali.
The first ministerial-level meeting of India and European Union Trade and Technology Council held today in Brussels. The council discusses ways to increase cooperation in strategic technologies, digital connectivity, clean energy, trade and investments. In the council, Dr. Subrahmanyam Jaishankar said that India and EU Trade and Tech Council meet is a significant milestone. Dr. Jaishankar also said that India experienced to share in terms of innovation, production and deployment. Union Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal said in the Trade and Technology Council that the vision of Prime Minister Modi and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen is to invigorate people integration between two economies in a broad-based platforms.
The association issued its research result of the Economic Sentiment Index of May this year, showing that with gradual return of tourists, all the sectors related to tourism industry in Macau have been developing steadily. The association predicts for May to July this year, the local economy sentiment index will go back between 5.4 and 5.6, which means Macau's economic recovery will be remaining at a stable level. Meanwhile, the association suggests that government should introduce more policies to help MSMEs.
Thailand Central Retail Group has signed an agreement with the northern province of Bac Yang's Department of Industry and Trade to sell 300 tons of lychee and 200 tons of other agricultural and food products of the province in its chains in Vietnam this year. These expected amounts are higher than those in the previous year. The retailer has organized a number of activities to bring more lychees to consumers. In addition to the agreement, the firm's representative in Vietnam went directly to lychee farms to discuss developing specific plans and methods of purchasing, delivery, and distribution with local cooperatives.
In the meantime, Vietnam tops final medal tally in the 2023 SEA Games in Cambodia. That and other stories are up next.
Vietnamese athletes won 12 more gold medals on Tuesday, the last official competition of the 32nd Southeast Asian Games, or SEA Games, the 32nd, which was taking place in Cambodia. As a result, Vietnam earned a total of 136 gold medals, along with 105 silvers and 114 bronze medals, topping the medal tally of the Games as of 9:30 p.m. local time on Tuesday and surpassing its initial benchmark of 120 gold medals. Thailand is second with 108 gold medals, and Indonesia is third with 85 gold medals, while Cambodia has come in fourth with 81 gold medals. Competition earns the country an overall tally of 87 golds, 81 silvers, and 109 bronzes.
Labuan Bajo menjadi tuan rumah KTT ke-42 ASEAN pada tanggal 9 hingga 11 Mei 2023.
Indonesia continued to gain international recognition. The 42nd ASEAN Summit held in Labuan Bajo last week was a great success. Various programs were held to help small business players expanding their business and also brought real impact for people in Labuan Bajo. In a press conference held in Jakarta yesterday, Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy Sandiaga Uno said the 42nd ASEAN Summit held in Labuan Bajo, West Manggarai, East Nusa Tenggara has brought positive impact to the economy of local communities. Small business players, transport business, auto business, and market traders have enjoyed the benefit from international event held last week. Local communities could gain multiple profits as the 42nd ASEAN Summit succeed to boost the number of tourist visits to Labuan Bajo by 20%. Minister Sandiaga pledged to maintain the increasing number of tourist visits by organizing several national and international events in the future. Indonesia will continuously organize various events to promote tourism by organizing meeting, invention, convention, and exhibition not only in Labuan Bajo but also in other regions in the country.
Thank you. We continue to build accommodations and the necessary infrastructures for all tourism destinations within the 5 super priority destinations: Lake Toba, Borobudur, Mandalika, Labuan Bajo, and Likupang. We believe that there will be more investments going forward, and we are targeting more than 5 events per locations that has a standard of global and international. Third, we believe that the events that we could create could also touch on areas of priority destinations such as Wakatobi, Raja Ampat, but most of the locations would be dedicated to environmental sustainability type or ecotourism. We are very optimistic that this is going to bring in a quality and sustainable focus on the recovery of tourism.
Minister Sandiaga added that based on ASEAN Summit report, as many as 64% respondents considered the 42nd ASEAN Summit arrangement was excellent. More than 87% respondents said they will return to visit Labuan Bajo again, and around 80% respondents said they would recommend Labuan Bajo to the people in their respective countries. The report was based on the survey results obtained from around 350 delegates attending the summit. The first passenger flight route between Xi'an, capital of Shaanxi province in northwest China, and Ashgabat, capital of Turkmenistan, was officially launched on Saturday. The route, together with another one between Xi'an and the Tajik capital of Dushanbe, to be launched on Thursday, signals to complete linkage of passengers flight routes from Xi'an, the starting point of the ancient Silk Road, to the 5 Central Asian countries. Both of the new routes stop over at Urumqi of Xinjiang in northwest China. Flight CZ5085 operating the Xinjiang-Urumqi Ashgabat route will depart from Xi'an at 17:30 Beijing time every Saturday and arrive in Ashgabat at 11:10 p.m. local time. On the return journey, flight CZ5086 will depart from Ashgabat at 12:40 p.m. local time the next day and arrive in Xi'an at 12:30 Beijing local time. The Xi'an-Urumqi Dushanbe route will operate every Thursday with flight number CZ5083 or CZ5034. Flights will depart from Xi'an at 19:05 Beijing local time every Thursday and arrive in Dushanbe at 12:55 p.m. local time the next day. The return flight will depart from Dushanbe at 1:35 a.m. local time every Friday and arrive in Xi'an at 12:30 Beijing time. Since 2022, with the help of the Northwest Regional Administration under Civil Aviation Administration of China, a number of airlines have opened or resumed for international routes between Xi'an and Kazakhstan's Astana and Almaty, Kyrgyzstan's Bishkek, and Uzbekistan's Tashkent.
We hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Your World. I'm Dave Fadila. Thanks for watching and see you next week.